Lords and ladies, welcome to the BSW Backlog Christmas Spectacular Klaus edition. It's getting the holidays and everything, so we wanted to, cover something Christmassy. And Klaus, I had picked up like a hardcover, I don't know, a couple months ago, and I thought it was the Klaus. I didn't know there was any more story to Klaus. Apparently, I picked up the two annuals. So I have a hardcover of the two.
Shots, yeah.
Right, and I don't have any of the 1 through 7, so I read them digitally, and so we're gonna be covering 1 through 7 today. But let's introduce ourselves.
Yeah,
I am Dave.
Written by
I was going to do the ourselves first.
Do the
theme,
but I forgot.
I am the humblest of hosts, Dave, and this is Shawnee Boy.
That sound very humble. I'm the most humble person here.
The most modest of men. It is I.
And I am the Brit, Sean. Hello.
Had a fun night. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a fun night. That's one word for it.
Yeah. Oh man. So wait a sec. You guys aren't going back on lockdown at all? Is there any word of lockdown? Because we just did.
All of November was lockdown, and now they've reopened stuff. But they're like, if you go to a bar, you have to have food there.
Oh,
you
can't just go for drinks. Right. Yeah. Man, we actually just put out maybe just Philadelphia or all of Pennsylvania. We have to kind of I don't know, close up shop. A lot of shops are going back. Yeah. Weird. Everybody's doing it. Doesn't make any sense. Yeah. It's crazy. It's sporadic. It is.
It's crazy.
But fuck it. We're talking Klaus. So, who you want to introduce the team here, Shawnee?
Yep. So it is written by Grant Morrison, and the art is by the incredible Dan Mora.
Dude, yes.
Grant Morrison's incredible as well. They're both incredible, but Dan Mora here.
Let's do an overall incredible. Just our feelings on our read. How did you feel about it? Were you pleasantly surprised? Did you have any clue about this at all? Did you know?
Well, I read this about a year ago anyway and loved it. And reading it again, it's still incredible.
I didn't know anything. It just looked like a cool Viking-esque guy,
Just the general plot outline for the audience at home is it is a gritty Santa reboot.
Yeah. It is. It's just
Santa meets The Witcher.
Yeah, hell yeah, definitely. Yeah, I didn't expect it to have that cool I don't know. I didn't expect it to have a plot where he was from a town and coming back to a town. I didn't think anything like that. I had no clue what it would be about, so that was cool. It really starts off cool too because immediately, I think in the first issue, he does his what would you call? He goes into this transient, euphoric thing,
So he prays to the spirits of the Yule, I guess. I don't really know what the correct term for it would be. And he goes into this weird trance where he's tripping.
Yeah, it's definitely a case of now. I've never read Grant Morrison. This is my first Grant Morrison.
This is first Grant Morrison. Oh,
LSD is I get it.
This is probably the most straightforward, cohesive thing. He's one of the most straightforward things he's written.
I was gonna say, from what everybody said, I did get the story. I did get it. I'd say the craziest thing about it was kind of the ending. How it just. I almost think you could have taken out the subplot of just the talking to the thing behind the rock and then having the rock be exposed. Just because I get it though, because coal mining and stuff like that, I get it was
the Krampus, the Anti-Claus.
Yeah. But it was just when it got to there, that's when I went into full fantasy mode. You know what I mean, or whatever.
Yeah.
It was full. I almost felt like it was kind of a grounded story,
more of a comic book.
Yeah, it jumped comic. Yeah, because it had a lot of really cool structure and meaning. He came back to a town that didn't do it. So they celebrate the Yule time, right? What was it called? Do you remember?
Yule time. Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. So that's just their Christmas, and the town no longer has it. It's been taken over by a man stepping in for the king, right, or something. Is that?
Yeah, so the king died, and this was sort of his advisor, I want to say.
Yeah, and he's always that like evil, like, you know, like whisper in your ear, king, like, you know.
Yeah, like, he's a madman. He's like the, what was the character called in Lord of the Rings who in the name of it's completely gone out of my head. Give me a second.
Oh yeah, the bull who whispers in the king's ear, like the guy and the to the old king who's sitting there like
Brad Dourif's character, but I can't think of the name. Wormtongue.
Yeah, Wormtongue. Yeah, him. Yeah, Wormtongue.
He's like the little slime ball that whispers in the king's ear, but then the king dies.
Right.
And he marries the king's daughter and becomes the it wasn't the king actually, it was the duke or some sort of, because the king of the land comes to visit at the end, but he's
he comes to visit at the end. Yeah, it was just whatever the ruler of that land like or whatever.
Ruler of the town.
Yeah, of that town. Yeah. Yeah, Duke sounds about right. I can't remember who it was, but some person
they do
of
give
power,
him a title, but I can't think.
But the person, the person sitting in is not the OG keeper. He shouldn't be. No. He's just sitting in, but he's also one of those manipulative. So obviously, like as the years or however long has gone by, he has shaped this place into. It's so funny, like all the toys. He's taken all the joy, all the toys, and he's given it to his son, who he's locked away in the castle. Right, the son doesn't get to. Yeah, so it's just
the son isn't allowed to mix with the other children because they're seen as dirty and plague-ridden.
Klaus makes his way, and he immediately recognizes that it's Yule time season or whatever, and like it's just an ugly place to be, right? He it was cool to see, like, I don't know, it's almost like, you know, I don't know if you guys have those stories of like they're like the old school puppet Christmas tales that they tell on TV, like with the heat miser and snow miser. Have you ever? Oh my god, okay. All right, so that's an American thing. All right, so anyway, for folks at home, it feels like a traditional Christmas story. It does get really gritty at the end, but like up to it, it feels pretty honest, like, you know what I mean? Like he's so he's somebody who has gone away and come back, and it's not the same. So what he does is, of course, pull the Kris Kringle and like get all the toys. He's like, nah, we're gonna be spreading toys. I can't believe you've never seen like, oh man, I gotta. I'll send it in the chat. I'm
not remember. American.
I know, but I didn't know if it was like, I couldn't tell if it was just like that was just like Christmas or not. Like,
but yeah, he gets attacked from the town. He's sort of like injured, so he takes some some herbal medication to heal him, and he sort of starts tripping and seeing the spirits of the Yule time.
We'll just point out too that the reason he got attacked is because he was pulling the shenanigans. You know, he was giving up.
This was before. This was just him asking questions around the town, like, why aren't you celebrating?
This was okay.
Came around, they beat him and took him.
Right.
Damn. But so he starts tripping at the end. He sees the spirits of the Yule time, and he wakes up having built a load of toys.
Yeah, he's had like you never know, like a 3-day bender where he just like went to town on like building like little duckies and stuff.
We've all been there. We black out one day, we wake up 3 days later surrounded by children's toys.
Yeah. On a big sack. That's crazy. So then it becomes like that atypical like Kris Kringle. He infiltrates the town and drops off all the toys. Pretty dope. Kids are happy. King, or the guy who's stepping in for the king, is, you know, this is the first mark of like, fuck, you know, he's losing them.
Yeah, but I love the way the second issue is told, because it's like him breaking into the town. He's scaling the wall. He's making his way across rooftops. It's told so like linearly, like the opening montage of him like sneaking into the town and delivering presents. It's so well done.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, art is phenomenal throughout all of this.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Dan Mora, but I think this is some of his best work because of the colouring. It's much softer than his current work.
Did he do the colouring?
No, it was... he did do the colouring.
Cool.
Yeah, he did.
Definitely. It's really good. Yeah, it feels old, you know, and new. Like, in a new...
Yeah, the way... like it captures the feeling of like a folklore European town.
Grim seems grim, joy seems joyous.
Yeah, but there's a warmth to it as well,
Yeah,
as the cold.
Yeah, totally. That's like there's a lot of joy, like when you see all the happy
balance
scenes.
is always different. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like some of his newer work, the coloring's a bit crisper, which again sounds like a good thing, but like,
is it him? Does he normally color his stuff?
I'm just looking at a recent issue, and it does look like he normally colors his own work.
I don't want to give away. I don't want to give away the ending because this one, I feel like when we go into these backlogs, I feel like we should give it up to try to sell people on wanting to read it. So it's Christmas time, and this is like man, I wish I could remember the name. For us Americans out there who know what the fuck I'm talking about, I can't remember. It's the put one foot in front of the other fucking movie with Chris Kringle. Anyway, it was like the same exact premise. It's like, it's cool. This felt very Christmassy with a comic book twist because it does get like outrageous at the end. I was really like, what the fuck is going on? Like, just like, holy shit. I really kind of thought at first that he was talking to nothing and that he was truly crazy. But then I realized it was a comic book, in the moment, like cracking the call, and then there it goes. Yeah, it was cool though.
Yeah, the guy who's taken over town is hearing a voice that's telling him to do all these things, like take the toys away from children.
Yeah, super. I don't know. There's a lot of pretty in this. This story comes out with so much like, what do you want to call that? Like, I'm blanking on the fucking word. This story comes with a lot of like themes that like apply like right now and shit, where it's just like, I don't know. It's like, especially
dictators.
Like, yeah, and like
it's everything political.
Totally. Thank you. Yeah, it's good though. He tells it. If this is Grant Morrison though, because it did as a never reading it, I read it and was fine with it, but if you're telling me this is something where you say, oh, this is probably more grounded work, yeah, I could kind of see if he like twisted, I could see it getting out of hand, you know what I mean? Like,
they, not he.
It's hard. It's a hard.
Yeah, I think I made that mistake near the beginning.
Yeah. I'll figure it out one day. I'll get it.
Some of them, we get that. It's hard sort of changing what you think of someone.
Yeah, like, or just like, or just the whole idea. I never thought they isn't a gender to me. When I say they, I just mean like it's just I never saw it as a gender, so it's like something that whole thing's new.
Yeah, I've been reading comics for years, and they've always been like in my mind he, and then like suddenly to have it change, I support him. I support them fully.
Right,
but it's changing the pronoun my brain naturally goes to.
Old dogs, new tricks. You know what I mean? Like the idea, how many repetitions it takes to break a bad habit. I call that, it's like a bad habit, So it'll happen. I'll get there, and when I get it, I'm gonna be like, "Ooh, I got it! See, I got it!" But that's just as bad because then I pointed it out. So
yeah. But yeah, this is definitely like much more grounded than a lot of their work.
Yeah.
Like, this, it doesn't get too crazy.
Yeah, it does.
There's no multiverse. There's no extra dimensional beings.
It reaches on different levels though, like with the spirituality and stuff of him going into like the nether realm with his trip.
Yeah. That cool. Was where I did think, okay, this is getting a little Grant Morrison-y.
Yeah, and then I think,
but it didn't go too far. It towed the line perfectly, I think.
Yeah, definitely. It's a fun Christmas adventure. And now I have the first two annuals, maybe this season or next season. I'm more inclined to read them since I know of Klaus. I wonder like what the story could, entail like from here. Have you read any of the annuals?
I have not.
Okay, so yeah, like that's the thing. I wonder, who knows? Who knows what could the story be? I guess like him coming back or like maybe him going to another place. I don't know. Interesting though. He's a cool character, Klaus.
Stories,
I don't think it's a complaint. I think there's just maybe an error, which was weird.
Okay.
He mentioned Greek mythology in here, somewhere the word
He
Greek or
mentioned
like
Greek mythology.
they mentioned. No, I'm saying Klaus.
Oh, sorry.
Like so oh yeah,
Did,
I'm pretty
did you
sure.
just assume Santa's gender?
Yeah, true that. Whoa, fuck. All right, so I'm pretty sure someone in the comics says like Greek, the word Greek mythology, or mentions like a Greek thing, and I was just kind of like, oh, that's weird. I thought it was an opportunity to mention a Norse thing, Klaus and the runes and stuff. So it was a weird.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I should have probably marked it down, but just reading it, I know the only reason it stood out to me was because I was reading something that I thought was Norse related. So
Yeah. Well, I guess Greek mythology was well known enough then because it is an ancient religion.
oh,
Kind of.
sure. I just
Yeah.
opportunities. I was wondering like,
Yeah.
there's all these like, and then they even pointed out that they were using the joy rune, like that he left that rune as like a bat symbol or a bat brand. That's dope.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that shit. That was awesome. Yeah. It was cool. He's cool. He was like man, it makes me there's this movie that's coming out or it came out with I think I brought it up before, but it's like Mel Gibson and Walter Goggins.
Yeah.
Like an R-rated Santa Claus movie, and I'm just thinking like reading this, I'm like, yeah, you're like a badass. It's cool. He was a cool Santa. I think I'd like my Santa to slay people, while he slays. Like
Yeah, he was badass. Like he comes riding in at the end with a sword, and like I'm just gonna send you a page quickly because I just think it's
yeah,
badass
definitely.
as fuck. Like it'll be spoilers for those at home, but like it's such a badass page. Yeah, one character I will mention is the sort of current ruler's, the evil guy's son, who at the beginning is a complete brat, but he really has a redemption through this kind of.
And it also kind of stinks because he's probably only a brat because he's been treated.
Yeah.
He's not. It's not like
He's never met other kids.
Yeah, do you blame him for being a brat or do you blame like
No.
you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's cool. But he seems to instantly recognize that. Like so he immediately
as soon as he meets other kids, he's like, oh,
he was
yeah.
Yeah, that's an awesome panel.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Yeah,
but
so cool.
At the end we get like a little like montage where it's going through the years, like all the characters are growing older, and we see this son like meeting other kids and like growing old, and then he's an upstanding member of the community.
Yeah, that was fucking sick. Actually, that resolve was really good. That was like awesome resolve.
It was a really nice ending.
Yeah, because I did see that in that panel when she got older throughout the 4. I was like, damn, that's a good fucking panel. Like set of like that page is awesome.
It was emotional at the end.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It was awesome, and yeah, the guy grew up and he's there. Like the kid grew up. Really cool.
Because you see him in the last couple of pages as a fully grown adult.
Yeah, I definitely am excited for what's next. He's a cool character, and he seemingly. I do appreciate annuals. I think Bongo Comics. I think that's what they're called. I can't fucking remember. They make the Futurama comics, and I think they just stopped doing the annuals every year, which kind of stinks. But it was kind of cool because it would be like once a year they release a kind of thicker one, like maybe like 80 pages or something. And it's like, oh, that's a cool annual. So I kind of like the Klaus. Get on the Klaus train of annuals is neat. And the book, the hardcover comes like
one coming.
Go ahead.
I was going to say I don't think there's one coming out this year.
Oh, really?
Because they've released one yearly, but it doesn't look like there's one coming out this.
Another one bites the dust.
Dan Moore is pretty busy, I guess. He's got a good excuse.
Why does the guy keeps writing in the Groovy Bot chat like he's telling the bot to do things? Like, why does he keep doing that? I like that though. So what I'm gonna start doing is because I just it's easier for me to like join the chat.
She's put in the chat.
I know. Why does he do that? He's fucking crazy. Anyways, Klaus, it's good. I recommend it. It's a 2 thumbs up. It was worth the read.
It's a really, really good book.
at first I was kind of reluctant because I was like, oh, I have the tie-ins. I didn't realize it was 7, and I was kind of salty about buying the second book rather than the first book. I didn't realize, but reading it makes me want to read the new ones. The hardcover is cool too. It comes with like those Bible pages, meaning like the brim of the edges of the pages are gold, or whatever. So it looks like it's like
Very
one of those
nice.
like it's like a Bible. It's like, oh yeah, that's
How
cool.
fancy.
Yeah, neato. So it's good. It's real good, and he's a cool character, and maybe he'll cross over.
Really,
Wait, who is this? Dark Horse?
Boom.
This is Boom. Okay.
The best publisher.
Yeah. Boom's doing pretty good. They are.
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me, for you folks out there, now that we told the story of Klaus, I dig it and I do recommend it, but we're doing a comic award thing, so tune in for that next week, I believe next week on the 17th.
Yep.
So, I gotta
Yeah.
make up my list. That reminds me. I just kind of gotta like get my thoughts in order.
Yeah.
As if anybody gives a shit about my opinion. No.
He posts his opinions in our group chat, and most of the time we just ignore it. It's like, oh, he's praising Snyder. Just leave him to it.
just leave him be. Just act like he didn't say anything.
Himself out eventually.
Yeah, I do. I do tucker myself out sometimes. Sometimes I pass out real early. Yeah, cool. Do you have any other final thoughts, Sean, that you want to say about this? Dan Moore is awesome. I would just say if you're an art appreciator, his art's amazing.
I think this was his first big project, and
it's cool, really good. That's weird also because it is like an indie project, but I think on the scale of Santa Claus makes it quite more like of grandeur.
He really did start at Boom, and he's doing he did some Power Rangers, which is published by Boom, and then he did Once and Future, written by Kieran Gillen, which is like Boom.
The most, I don't know, I heard like recent runs of Power Rangers have been killing it, so
I think it was for Kyle Higgins' run he did, which was 2 or 3 years ago, maybe.
That might be the one. It was like,
now he's moving into DC a bit. He's taking over Detective Comics soon.
Yeah,
he's
doing
some cool stuff.
Yeah. Oh, you're saying on that creative team change, he's doing Detective Comics?
Yeah, he's the new artist on it. He's doing the Future State issues as well.
Neat. Fuck yeah, man. Yeah, he's awesome. And Grant, I don't know if I want to. I'm going to read your Arkham book, and then I'll be able to make a.
Yeah, I need to read that.
I'll make a harder, decision on whether I want to read more of your stuff, because this was a little divisive for me because I like Santa Claus and I like those. That's a good story. So.
Yeah, it got some bonus points just being a character you cared about.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely. So I'm just wondering, well, Batman I care about too, so I'll probably like it. So that's not a good judge either. I need to read
we can read through his Batman run at some point.
Yeah, that's true. That's cool. That's true. He's got like 3 Omni. It's like 3 oh yeah, that's true too. I was thinking I wanted to pick up Superman Birthright, I think it was. I wanted to read the crazy
Wade.
Yes, Mark. Yeah. There's like 12 issues or something. I just want to read that. I heard it was like a Lex who's like cool. He's like struggling mentally because he can't he can't relate to. He's too smart for his intelligence is beyond mankind, so therefore he becomes like a paradox in himself. That's cool. That's dope. I would like to read.
It's a cool origin, yeah. It's a good one.
Yeah. I would just like it just seems like I don't know, like, Lex is a cool character. Like, he's a cool character, and I can see him being that way, like, not accepted, he can't mentally fucking... It breaks him eventually, because of, like, just being too smart. That's crazy. That's a cool write-in, though, too. I wonder, have you read it? Have you read the...
Right.
Yeah.
A few years ago now. I remember bits of it, but not a lot.
I wonder if Batman makes an appearance. I always like when he makes an appearance.
I don't think he does.
Damn, that would have been good. Even if it was like a Bruce Wayne drop, like a name drop, like that would be cool. Like just something like that.
Yeah, I really don't remember. I read like this and Superman Secret Origin like within like a week and a half of each other. So both the stories just merged.
Yeah, they became when two became one.
Exactly.
All right, cool. Let me go over some social media stuff. You guys can follow us on... if you like this video, subscribe. Give us a thumbs up if you'd like, or a thumbs down and tell us why you disliked it. But You can follow us over on Reddit at well, let's see. I wish I had a, you know what, I should bring up the let me bring something up real quick, and that's how I'll do this. There we go. Watch this. Boom. You can follow us over at Twitter at SW Comics, at SW Comics, Instagram, Reddit, Twitch, Patreon, Sourcewall Comics. Make it easy that way. Twitter, slacking.
Yeah. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at SeanWalsh747.
Yeah, and all of this will be in the description. If you want to DM us or and talk comics with us, please do. I've been looking for fans or listeners or, you know, enthusiasts of comics who are reading comics that we're reading, who would like to talk about the issue that we are talking about. So, like, let's say we're doing like King in Black, and all of a sudden King in Black 3 comes out, and we're about at a halfway point, and, you know, why don't we bring somebody on, and what are your thoughts? You're active fan reading the thing. We'd like to hear from you. And, you know, that'd be nice. So, if you're interested, please DM us, hit us up, and if you want to support us on Patreon, that'd be cool. And you get in on the Discord. And we'll get into all sorts of nonsense.
Or Patreon.
Yep. But for now, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for listening, and hope you'll have a, you know, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.
Go read Klaus and have a Merry Christmas.
Yeah, definitely. It's awesome.
Put this on your Christmas list. Maybe Klaus will bring it to you.
Yeah, or Krampus. Give you something else.
Yeah.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.